Alright. Hello, welcome back everyone. I'm Josh.
I'm Trevor.
Alright. So, this is our second video of us basically just talking about games and game concepts and...
Things having to do with games.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the general gist. Alright, so what are we going to talk about today, Trevor?
Well, today's basically going to be like gaming etiquette and how people are no longer using mics when they're playing on their Xbox consoles.
Yes, so the difference between what gaming online used to be, a social aspect of it, compared to what it is now. So, let's start by just talking about what it used to be and what was it like for you first time when you joined a game that was social and people talked to each other, whether it was typing or mic.
A lot of the time it was people just talking to each other, trying to get them to work as a team. Other times it was people being stupid and screaming into the mic, but that was less common than earlier gaming.
Yeah, I mean, I remember, like, it was so cool because it used to be where it's like, you go on, Xbox or even computer, or I think PlayStation did it too, but not as well as Xbox did back then. But you'd go on there and you'd meet people and you would fight robots together or fight another team, and you'd feel like this sort of weird bond, and you'd actually become friends with them even though you never met them in real life. And you felt like a team in some ways, but it just seems like that feeling, that aspect, isn't there as much. Like, you don't just go on there to meet people anymore.
It was a lot easier to find people to put on your friends list on Xbox Live, I know that.
Yeah, now it's like, you get a friend's request and you never hear from them after that.
I have to add people that are on my friends' lists so that I can find people to play games with.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you don't just meet strangers and play with them as much anymore. It's like you meet people that you know in real life, or you meet people that they've met before, and that's the only way you're really going to socialize in that anymore. But other than that, I mean, it seems like 9 out of 10 times I'll go in a lobby of some Halo or whatever, and one person besides me will have a mic, and they're not using it. Like, it's plugged in, but they're not talking. Or they'll do that thing where they play music through the mic.
Or Screech.
Or Screech, or there's always that kid that's just like yelling,
I think I played a match where there was this kid, he was just yelling through the mic, I'm good at this game, 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 over and over again through the entire match.
Yeah.
And it was like, what is this?
I know. It seems like little kids are kind of killing it out of everyone with their screechy voices.
And there's party chat.
Yeah.
You have to use party chat to talk with your friends on other games, because your friends don't play the same game as you.
Yeah. Party chat kind of did, but I will say that party chat was a good thing, because before that you'd only have private chat.
I know it can only be one-on-one conversations, and it's nice having a whole group of people, even if they're on different games talking. Yeah. But sometimes you want to play a certain game with other people, and you want to be able to talk to them, but they don't want to talk.
Yeah, and if you have a friend that plays Xbox, I would you both play Xbox and you have live, I would seriously consider you talking to each other on that rather than going and talking on a phone or anything, because it seems like it's a lot cheaper, in my opinion.
Well, once you have Xbox Live paid, you can do so much stuff with it.
Yeah.
But that's just how it is.
Yeah. So, talk about it now.
Well, in some games they don't play it for the team, they play it for themselves, and they more or less just run around and team kill.
Yeah, let's talk about team killing, because that's something that it seems it's happening so much more in shooters now.
Well, in Call of Duty it doesn't happen unless you're playing in certain modes. In Halo it used to happen a lot, and it still happens now, even in Halo 4 when they've taken off friendly fire. But it seems to happen in different ways. Like, they'll pick up a vehicle and just run around and just splatter you. Over and over again.
Or the really annoying thing is when they'll take a plasma pistol and just infinitely just keep charging it and shooting at you just so your vehicle can't move. And I don't know why people have to do things that way, because if anything, I think it'd be more fun. It'd be funnier if the real challenge would be going to an enemy player doing that. That would be hilarious and that would be awesome. Otherwise, but doing it to a teammate is just stupid and cruel.
I ran into someone once. We were playing in the lobby a while ago, and on Halo 4, someone took the sniper rifle, went into the bottom of the base, sat in the corner, and did nothing for the entire match.
Yeah, sitting in corners is another thing that I can't stand in any shooter, especially if they have a shotgun or something.
Well,
sit in
it was
a
a
corner.
sniper, and when he took it,
Yeah.
he was taking it just to take it so none of the teammates would get it, and he was basically just hoarding the weapon, not letting the teammates get it, not letting us use it, and then disappearing from the game. And since there was no team killing, we couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, there's a difference between trying to hoard the sniper if you're good with it, but if you're bad with it and you're not good at the sniper, don't go team killing for it or anything. That's not cool at all, in my opinion.
Well, this guy just took it just to sit there and then, go away from the controller.
Yeah. I will say you don't run into that in Call of Duty or Battlefield as much as you do in Halo, because you start with your weapons in those games. But in Halo, it is a problem, and it is one I think Halo 4 was trying to fix.
Well, giving everyone personal ordnance just didn't really do much, but
Nah.
Now everyone has rockets.
Yeah, it seems like ordinances are just something for someone to, you to kill yourself with, or or some power weapon.
Plus they threw in those weapon despawns.
Yeah.
Like, they despawn after like 20 seconds, I think.
Yeah.
So, you may respawn and you may try and go get your weapon back, but it's not
it'll
happening.
be gone, or someone will take it or something. But now, most of the time, it seems like when I get an ordinance, it seems like I don't get anything good. And if I don't get anything good, I'll just drop it and don't care. I mean, who cares if they have a couple sticks? They're going to die, probably.
Oh, here, have some grenades, a needler, and speed boost.
Yeah, because the speed boost helps so much,
It actually does if you're using a spraying weapon, like an assault rifle.
Yeah, but in like certain team games, like an objective game or something, it's not as helpful as you would like it to be.
Well, throw that speed boost on there, grab the flag, and rush it.
Maybe. It's just, yeah, but still, it seems like you never get it when you want it. And the speed boost seems like it's one of those things where you'd rather have overshields or damage boost.
Well, damage boost makes you a target, but
yeah,
we're sort of going off track here.
Yeah, we are. But anyways, so let's talk about some of the craziest things we've heard people do on mics. I remember a while back ago you told me about some kid that was yelling at his mom about something.
Yes, this kid asked his mom for a Mountain Dew, and she gave him a Coke, and he screamed at her. He screamed at her because he didn't get a Mountain Dew. He got a Coke instead.
We're going to have to chalk that up to his generation, though. Feeling like an old man saying that, but it just seems like whenever I get on and see a little kid, he spends most of the time just yelling at his mom.
Honestly, I prefer Coke over Mountain Dew.
I prefer Coke as well. I hate it when people play music through it, so we'll go ahead and tell you now. Don't play music through your Xbox Live mic, because it sounds nothing like it does when you're hearing it. It distorts it, and it sounds awful like noise, and it hurts my ears, and I hate it.
Well, it's more distracting for me, because I try and pay attention to the game, because you can hear footsteps. So if I have a mic, and it's just got screeching music right here, and I'm trying to talk to people too, it's like, I can't hear the footsteps, and I'm dead. Thank you, loud music.
Yeah.
Which, if I'm on Xbox Live and you hear me playing music, let me know and I'll turn it down.
Single player versus multiplayer. How do you feel they've changed over the years? Like, how do you feel multiplayer has changed in relative to single player? Do you think that you would prefer single player when you're doing certain things, or multiplayer when you're doing certain things?
Single player is good for the story, but if there's a multiplayer story, I'll do both.
Yeah,
I like playing with people.
Yeah, the number one thing I don't like is in multiplayer, if it's like a story, like a campaign sort of thing, and you have people join and it's co-op. Co-op's fine, but I don't want to be where it's like you're carrying it or anything, carrying them, having to teach them the game. I don't like that. But
we had a friend who would play Borderlands with us, not the second one, the first one, and it'd be me, him, and a friend, and he would disappear for long periods of time from the game. Like, he'd be there, just standing still.
Yeah, just reaping the experience while we did all the work. It was.
And you know that the more players you have, the more difficult it is. So he was just sitting there doing nothing while we ran off and got ourselves killed.
Yeah, while we're just suicide bombing, trying to do the work of 3 people with just the 2 of us, which was an uphill battle like 90% of the time when we were fighting something.
We ran out of ammo a lot.
We ran out of ammo so much. I mean, I was Brick, and I had to resort to punching people more than anything. He had to resort to going invisible so much because he was the siren.
I kind of had to run away a lot.
Yeah, and I really had to be a tank, because there's no way I could get through that without being a tank.
Sad part is, the friend plays as sniper.
Yeah.
And he did nothing.
Nope.
Even though he was in perfect range.
Even though he could have helped us so much.
Oh, yeah.
I think,
if you're going to play a game with friends, don't disappear.
No,
play the game.
Yeah, I think that the biggest thing that stuck with me that he was host, and he left. So he got all that experience for doing nothing, while we got kicked and didn't get anything. We lost our weapons, we lost our experience.
The system is kind of screwed up. Say you're the host, you have to let your teammates quit first. Let them save and quit. Because if the host quits, it just kicks them out and doesn't save.
Yeah.
Just for future reference in case anyone didn't know that already.
Do you remember Modern Warfare 2, how it made it to where you couldn't be in a party?
Yes.
I remember that. It was so funny because if you wanted to talk with someone who was in another game, you couldn't because you were playing Modern Warfare 2.
Unless you went into mercenary team.
Yeah, but I don't like that because you can't do parties and that. So it's like you have 3 people who are playing it with you, and you want to play this game. You can't talk to this person who's playing another game, even though if he's one of your friends, and just because he doesn't have the game, he's left out. I hated that.
In a lot of the Spartan Ops missions in Halo 4, apparently if you get a fine game, there are people who will AFK and not do anything and pretty much just get the experience. And because they do that, it pretty much leaves them in the lobby and they find more matches. So they sit there for long periods of time, gaining the experience that other people worked for, and they can't get kicked.
Yeah.
I think 343 is banning them for it, but if you're doing that, that's just wrong. Play the game.
Farming off other people's work is just kind of annoying to me. I mean, it'd be different if he was actually bad and just died over and over again. But I think the funny thing about it, that let's talk about kill death ratio. It seems like everybody, even if it's not a shooter, it's weird. It seems like they focus on the KD spread so much that it kind of takes away from that team's feel. There's this weird competitiveness that was started in shooters over the years that kind of makes it where it's you against the entire world, even if they're on their team. I kind of wish that it was more team based. I want shooters to get more team based about everything, because there was a time when you didn't really care about how many kills you got, you didn't really care about anything. You just played with your team and you helped your team out. And there are times, even now, in shooters where it seems like I know, even if I died more than anyone, even if I got less kills than everyone, I know that if I wasn't there, they would have died. There was a time where I, stepped on a grenade for a friend or something and made it to where they could capture the flag, or, I suicided for a friend, or I was driving the vehicle so I didn't get the kills, but if I wasn't driving, we would have all died. There are times when you have that feeling, but it seems like you get no real rewards for it.
Well, I think in Halo 3, people complained that they were doing great, but their teammates were really bad and they kept losing. And they weren't getting the experience awards or rank up awards that they wanted, because even though they were doing great, they got paired up with bad teammates. So in Halo Reach and Beyond, they made it so it's an individual system. Yeah. Depending on how good you do, you get points, not how good your team does.
Well, I think that it's fine if you want to do an aspect where it's like a lone wolf aspect where you did a lot of this work, but I think they should definitely, no matter what, always add or at least encourage to play as a team. I mean, if you want to make it to where there's like a bonus for your team winning, that's fine. If you want to make it to where there's a bonus for you doing the best in your team, I think that's great, because that would make people competitive. But we always need to make sure that the team should come first, not your kills, not your KD spread. And that's something that I'd like to see done in more shooters and games in general. But I will say that there's a lot of games that have a really good community. I think Minecraft has one of the best communities out there.
Well, depending on which servers you do.
Depending on which servers. But I like that because you work together, you fight mobs off, you build stuff, everything. It's really just a nice thing you can do with your friends.
Sad part is we use Hamachi servers for our Minecraft games.
No, we don't. Don't quote us on that. We don't. Shut up. No, we do. But I think that
the game's pretty expensive.
Yeah, it is. It's what, like $30 for a game that doesn't seem like it's worth that.
Well, after you play for a while and do everything, you get bored, and we've done everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny about Minecraft, because it seems like we get on this fix where it's like, we should play Minecraft, we'll play it for like 2 hours. Like, I don't want to play it for another 2 months.
Well, when we play it, I usually have a system where I just start doing fantastic and finding all sorts of stuff. And
yeah, he'll find like freaking gold in the first 5 minutes of playing and stuff. It's crazy.
And you'll still have your little dirt hut, and then every single time you go to it, you get blown up by a creeper.
Yeah, I really wish that they would make that game to where you like Like you could, if like dirt is just as durable to stone as far as everything else, as far as things.
Well, considering how you just get blown up like creepers, I don't think it would matter.
No.
Because it's not like the zombies break down dirt. They break down doors.
Yeah, but you could just not have a door. But I like games that have a really good community to them. And it just seems like unless you actually know the person, you're not going to have any real teammate sort of feel to them. You're not really going to care whether they die. They run down a hallway and die, you don't care. As long as you get your KD spread. As long as you get your kills.
A lot of the times when I play on teams, I usually get lower kills because I'm trying to get more assists or I'm trying to cover people. But sometimes it doesn't really work like that. I mean, I think last night I played matches of Halo 4, and I had 2 other people in the group, and I think I had like 5 kills and like 15 or 16 assists, but I had like 11 deaths. But sure, people think I meant negative, but then all those assists, I was apparently helping a lot.
Yeah. I will say one thing that has started, and I think it started with MMOs, and it's kind of carried over into other games and shooters and stuff. Like, say you see a guy having trouble fighting someone, and you don't go up and you don't help them. You wait for them to die, and then you go to, phone.
This inconveniences me.
Get call back there. So, you wait for them, stop it, phone.
I don't know who it is.
Stop it, phone. Alright, so say, they're having trouble. You wait for them to die, and then you go and attack the guy that was killing them. When you could have helped them out. But it's because you don't want to steal his kill, which is sort of a good etiquette in general, but I think it's bad. It just annoys me because it's like, you could have saved his life and made the other team have 1 less kill.
And they would have at least gotten the assist.
Yeah, and they would have gotten an assist. And I would much rather have that in the game. But it started with MMOs because in MMOs, WoW, I think WoW, I don't know if it still does it, but if someone came up and just finished off a guy, you'd split the experience. And it's like, oh man, but I wanted all the experience. But in shooters, you don't really need that. You don't need that kill. I'd rather survive and have one. I'd rather have 1 less death and get an assist than have a death and no kills at all.
The way I play now is if I see a teammate, a team game who's having trouble with someone, and they're just fighting each other, I'll just like jump in and start spraying at them or whatever.
Be a decoy at least. I mean, you gotta give them some window to get the kill at the very least, but you need to help them out.
There's actually times when I've run in and just jumped in front of the fire.
Yeah.
Which is actually not very good.
And then there are a lot of times when they give you like some sort of like savior medal or something like that.
Yeah, there's protector, there's guardian angel, and then savior is only for like you protecting your king and team right side, which they don't have.
Yeah, but I like that. They're trying to encourage you to get medals. But I think what would be really cool is if they made it to where those medals were worth more or just as much as kills. If they could find a way to do something like that.
Well, if they made assists worth more than kills, then everyone would just like put a few bullets into the enemy and let someone finish them off.
True. Or they could do it to where like you would get some sort of bonus for helping out teammates a lot. You know.
Well, you end up getting a special visor in Halo.
Yeah, it's true.
Which I'm pretty close to getting to because I help a lot.
Yeah, but I would just like to see the game etiquette kind of go back to the way it used to be. I like teams.
Pirates need to stop getting their kids these M-rated games.
Yeah, that's something we definitely need to issue, and we can actually get into like some other video. But I think that if you're under the age that the ESRB says that you should get it, if you're not mature enough mentally to play that game, don't get it. Your parents should not get you that.
Like, no screeching at the game because you got killed.
Yeah, if your voice hasn't dropped yet, you can't play the game. That's personal.
Or if you can't take a teabag.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, I get mad at teabagging. Let's just go ahead and teabagging is the worst etiquette that's ever happened. I think that's so such a lack of respect, and it's not really that funny to me anymore because it's been around for like 10 years plus.
It doesn't really make a difference anymore because people have instant respawn and everything.
True.
Because you teabag them, they don't see it.
Yeah. And, there's some things like kill cams, like Halo has it now and Call of Duty has it. But also, it's just, I get mad at it, but I don't get mad the way little kids do. And what really annoys me, the only time that really annoys me is when they teabag you, and they weren't even the ones that killed you. They just come up and they teabag you just because they think it's funny, and you know what, that's fine and everything, but...
It's supposed to make you angry so that you play worse.
I get angry and I play better, though, but you play worse, I play better when I'm angry.
If I'm just like happy running around and stuff, I'll just like get like 50 kills or something, and then
Yeah,
If I'm angry, I get like.
Yeah, the one guy will kill you, and you'll just have a horrible match the rest of the time, not getting any kills.
Well, if they kill me in some ridiculous way, like, well, this dude sprinted across the map just to hit me.
Or he sticks you across the map, you're just, what? And you just go on for 5 minutes and just die.
I don't care about the sticks, 'cause that was
But
actually pretty impressive.
one guy teabagged me, and I'm just like, Rambo killing everybody. So let that be a lesson to you if you're ever playing me in Xbox Live, whatever. Get me mad, and I will play better.
Just don't rush across the map to beat me down. I don't like it.
So you think that's a good stopping point for the...
Yes.
Alright, so game etiquette, team kills,
Be a better person.
Yeah, be a better person both on and offline.
Knowledge is power.
Eat your vegetables, and so if you want to like and subscribe to the video, that's always appreciated and stuff. And if you want to be part of the next video we do, maybe Friday, not sure, then leave us a comment or whatever.
You might get a mention.
Yeah, you might get a mention. We might talk about the thing you want us to talk about.
Suggest what we drink. This is not coffee.
It's not, It's good though. Alright, so
Farewell.
yeah, thank you for watching Game Chat, whatever you come up with. Leave a comment what the title should be. And so
I said farewell already.
oh, you did?
Yeah.
Farewell.
I'm getting out of here.